100 years old. I have practiced medicine for 53 years. I have signed more than 4,000 death certificates. I have held hands that were growing cold. I have listened to final breaths. I have looked into eyes that knew they were about to close forever. And I need to tell you something that most of those people never understood in time. They did not die because of fate. They did not die because of bad genetics. Most of them died early because of habits. Small habits, ordinary habits, habits that felt harmless. And after the age of 60, those habits become deadly. You may believe that once you reach 60, the damage is already done. That aging is automatic. That decline is inevitable. It is not. What I am about to tell you is not theory. It is not motivational advice. It is not something I read in a journal. It is something I watched happen. If this message mattered to you, please subscribe and share it with someone over 60 who still has time to change. Over and over and over again. These 5 habits quietly steal years from people after 60, and most never see it happening. Let me begin with the first one. Habit number 1, sitting too much. If you are sitting right now, I want you to listen carefully. Because sitting is one of the fastest ways to accelerate aging after 60. I began noticing this in the late 1970s. 2 patients, same age, both 63, both non-smokers, both average weight. One worked in a hardware store. He stood, walked, lifted light boxes. The other was a retired accountant. He read, watched television, and sat for most of the day. Within 8 years, they looked like men from different generations. The accountant developed high blood pressure, then diabetes, then vascular problems, then a minor stroke. The man from the hardware store, he was still climbing ladders at 75. After 60, your body changes. Your muscle mass declines faster. Your circulation becomes less efficient. Your lymphatic system depends heavily on movement. When you sit for long stretches, your blood slows, your metabolism drops, your insulin sensitivity worsens. Inflammation rises quietly in the background. It does not feel dramatic. You do not feel yourself aging, but inside, your systems are slowing down. Many of my patients believe that exercising once in the morning protected them. It does not. If you walk for 30 minutes but sit for 9 hours, the damage continues. Movement must be frequent. Not intense, frequent. Every hour. Stand up, walk to another room. Stretch your legs, climb stairs, carry something. After 60, motion is medicine. Stillness is decay. I have set a timer every hour since 1974. I still do. At 100, not because I enjoy it, but because I understand what happens if I stop. Habit number 2, poor sleep. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is biological repair. After 60, your brain becomes more vulnerable to accumulated damage. During deep sleep, your brain flushes out metabolic waste, proteins associated with cognitive decline, inflammatory byproducts, cellular debris. But here is what most people misunderstand. It is not just about hours. It is about depth and continuity. Many of my patients proudly told me they only needed 5 hours. They wore exhaustion like a badge of honor. Within 10 years, many were struggling with memory loss. Poor sleep raises cortisol, disrupts blood sugar, weakens immune function, increases risk of heart disease. And broken sleep is worse than short sleep. Waking up 4 or 5 times a night prevents you from reaching restorative stages. After 60, light sleep becomes more common. That means you must protect it deliberately. Dark room, cool temperature, no late night television, no scrolling, no heavy meals before bed. I sleep 7.5 hours every night, not because I am lucky, because I protect it. Sleep is not optional maintenance, it is nightly survival. Habit number 3, isolation. This one surprises people. Loneliness is as dangerous as smoking. I am not speaking emotionally, I am speaking biologically. Isolation increases stress hormones, raises inflammation, weakens immune defenses, accelerates cognitive decline. After 60, life changes, retirement, loss of friends, loss of spouse, children busy with their own lives. It becomes easier to withdraw. I watched patients with mild chronic illnesses live longer than healthier patients who were alone because connection regulates the nervous system. It lowers stress. It creates purpose. You do not need a crowd. You need consistent human contact, conversation, laughter, shared experience. I call my grandchildren every week, even when I feel tired. Especially when I feel tired, isolation feels harmless. It is not. Habit number 4, eating like you're 40. Your metabolism at 70 is not your metabolism at 40. Insulin sensitivity declines with age. Muscle mass decreases. Inflammation increases. Yet many seniors continue eating the way they did decades earlier. Toast, jam, cereal, orange juice, pasta, low-fat processed foods. After 60, excessive carbohydrates create spikes that your body struggles to manage. Blood sugar instability damages blood vessels, nerves, brain tissue. I am not advocating extreme dieting. I am advocating awareness. More protein, more vegetables, healthy fats, less processed sugar, fewer refined carbohydrates. When I adjusted my diet in my mid-60s, my inflammatory markers dropped within months. Food becomes more powerful with age, not less. Habit number 5, chronic worry. This is the quiet killer. Constant low-level anxiety. Worry about children, money, politics, health, things you cannot control. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, impairs sleep, suppresses immunity, accelerates cellular aging. I have treated wealthy patients who were more biologically stressed than those struggling financially, because stress is internal. Learning to release what you cannot control is not weakness. It is biological protection. At my age, I have buried my wife, 2 of my 3 children, thousands of patients. If I allowed myself to replay every loss, I would not be here speaking to you. Acceptance is medicine. Peace is preventative care. What happens if you change nothing? Let me be honest. Decline after 60 is not sudden. It is gradual. You lose stamina, then strength, then balance, then memory, then independence. Most people do not notice the slope until it becomes steep, and then they believe it is simply age. Often it is habit. You do not need perfection, you need awareness. Pick one habit, just one. Stand up every hour, or fix your sleep, or call someone weekly, or change your breakfast. or practice letting go. Small corrections compound. I have seen it both ways. I have seen men reverse prediabetes at 72. I have seen women regain strength at 80. I have seen widowers rebuild social lives at 75, and I have seen stubbornness shorten lives. You are not powerless after 60. You are more sensitive, which means your choices matter more. I am 100 years old. I cook my own meals. I walk every day. I read. I rest. I connect. I move. Not perfectly, consistently. Most of the people I buried did not have to leave when they did. That is the truth. And you are still here, which means you still have time. The question is not whether aging will happen, it will. The question is whether you will age with intention or by default. After 60, habits are not small, they are destiny. What are you going to change, starting today?